Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor from 161 to 180 CE, is widely known for his Stoic philosophy, particularly through his personal reflections in Meditations. His Stoicism confronts the darker realities of life, focusing on mortality, suffering, and the impermanence of all things. Marcus encourages a life lived with awareness of death, understanding that it is inevitable and can be a catalyst for living meaningfully. He often writes about the fleeting nature of life, power, and fame, urging us to focus on virtue and wisdom rather than external accomplishments. He believes that contemplating death should motivate us to act with purpose and dignity, not waste time on trivial pursuits. A core aspect of Marcus's Stoicism is accepting suffering as part of human existence. He sees hardship not as something to avoid, but as an opportunity for growth. Suffering, for Marcus, is an essential part of life, shaping our resilience, patience, and character. In Meditations, he writes, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way," suggesting that obstacles and suffering are integral to progress. This perspective might seem harsh, requiring detachment from pain and an emotional resilience that some may find difficult. However, Marcus teaches that suffering, when embraced, can lead to greater strength and wisdom. Marcus also frequently reflects on mortality. He accepts death not as something to fear, but as part of the natural order. "Death smiles at us all we can do is smile back," he writes, encouraging readers to face death with dignity and use the awareness of its inevitability to focus on living virtuously. This belief underscores a central tenet of Stoicism, that we should align our actions with reason and virtue rather than chase after fame or material pleasures. Time is limited, so we must prioritize what truly matters before it runs out. Marcus's introspection is filled with self-awareness of his own flaws. He acknowledges his struggles with pride, impatience, and anger, and works continually to overcome them. He prepares himself for the imperfections of others, recognizing that human nature is full of flaws. In one passage he writes, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, and selfish." This understanding of human nature is fundamental to Stoic practice. Rather than expecting others to be virtuous, Marcus strives to cultivate virtue within himself. His writings reveal a man constantly striving to overcome personal imperfections and resist selfishness and indulgence. Central to Marcus's Stoicism is the belief in a rational universe, where everything unfolds according to a divine order known as logos. In Meditations, he states, "Everything that happens is in accordance with the nature of the universe." This can be seen as a dark perspective, suggesting that suffering, misfortune, and death are all part of a greater plan. Rather than resisting life's challenges, Marcus advocates for accepting them. Aligning with the natural order, according to Marcus, is the path to peace. The universe, with all its challenges, should be met with acceptance, and our response should be one of rationality and virtue. Stoicism also calls for detachment from material things. Marcus teaches that true happiness comes not from wealth or status, but from living virtuously. Worldly pleasures are fleeting and beyond our control. In Meditations, Marcus often reminds himself to detach from things he cannot control. This Stoic ideal requires self-discipline and emotional resilience, rejecting the idea that pleasure or material success should dictate happiness. For Marcus, peace is found in focusing on virtue, not external circumstances. Finally, Marcus's belief in living in harmony with nature is a cornerstone of his philosophy. Nature, for Stoics, is the rational force that governs the universe. Living in accordance with nature means accepting life as it is, without resistance. In this acceptance of hardship and death, Marcus finds peace. Though it may seem grim, Marcus believes that confronting life's challenges head-on with wisdom and virtue leads to tranquility and fulfillment. In conclusion, the darker elements of Marcus Aurelius's Stoicism offer a profound approach to dealing with life's hardships. Acknowledging the impermanence of life, the inevitability of suffering, and the certainty of death provides clarity on what truly matters: virtue, wisdom, and peace. Far from promoting despair, Marcus's Stoicism invites us to embrace life's difficulties with courage, using them to shape a meaningful existence. Through confronting these harsh truths, we can cultivate resilience and find deeper tranquility in our lives.